All right.
Hey everyone, Anthony Aries here, and we've got Han Fan here, and our goal is to, talk some shop and create some value and leave some gold nuggets here for you. So make sure to take notes because we should be talking about some good stuff. So how's it going, my man?
No, pretty well, man. Pretty
Okay.
well. Yeah,
Cool.
but I was very impressed with the product you have there, Massive Passive Video. I think, I mean, the quiz story is just so inspiring, first of all. And I actually even took the course over the weekend. I was very, very impressed by it. And I pretty much know everything about SEO. I've been doing it for like 3 years. So, but, there's so much golden nuggets in there.
Oh, thank you, dude. I'll tell you, when Chris created the course and he gave it to me to go over, he schooled me, bro. He schooled me on some stuff too. I was like, dang. So yeah, no, I hear you. And when he showed me what he was doing with these, I was like blown away. I was like, dude, that's so smart because you don't have to produce the video. You don't have to outsource video production.
Yeah.
Like
I love the email method. It's like, wow, why didn't I think of that?
yeah.
I didn't even know you can track email like that.
I didn't either.
It's amazing that how he figured out. He knew exactly how many minutes you watch the emails. It's just freaking amazing.
It is. It's incredible, man. It's incredible.
It's and also I mean, if you're not into offline, you're just into a little affiliate sites. It still works because just the tip alone for the SEO and videos is worth the money to buy. And especially that software, I think it's awesome. You can just go straight and download the stuff, and
Yep.
I think it's incredible what you have over there.
It is. He. I mean, I'm really grateful that I met Chris, and I'm that kind of person. He was a student. I actually pulled him out of a hat. This is the hat we use. It's our little lucky leprechaun hat, and all he had done was we do these blog commenting contests on our WSO Junkie blog sometimes, and all he did was leave a comment, and I pulled his name out of a hat, and at the end of the call, it was supposed to be me coaching him. At the end of the call, I was like, dude, you should be coaching me because he's like done all these amazing things in his life, and I was like just blown away, and he told me what he was doing with these videos. And for folks that don't know, what he does is he finds these videos that people have spent a lot of money producing, like let's say a personal injury attorney, and the guy spent like $1,000 on a video, and he hasn't got any traffic to the video. So Chris approaches him and says, hey, listen, I noticed you have this beautiful video, but you're not getting any traffic to it. How about I get it on the first page of Google for your main keyword, and you don't have to pay me until I do. And so
and I love the fact he lists several different places you can find them.
Yes.
And some course as well. I mean, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Wow.
And so the people are ego-driven because they created this video, they've spent money, but then the video flopped.
Yep.
And so he comes in and saves the day, and they're like, yeah, you can do that if it's not going to cost me anything. So then he takes control of the video, and because you got to take control of the video. We show you how to do that in the course.
Right.
So that you can get paid from them. Yeah, because if you don't get paid from them, if you don't take control of the video, you're not going to get paid from them. And so he teaches you how to take control of the video. He gets the video on the first page of Google, and he starts collecting his money. It's really that simple, man. It's 5 steps. Find the videos, email the person about doing it for them, do the on-page on the video, the on-page SEO, the off-page SEO, and then repeat. That's that simple.
Right. So what are some tips for somebody, when you see them open an email, you got to pick out the phone to call them. Like, what would you do in that situation?
Before calling them, I would definitely send them another email saying, "Hey, I've noticed that you've been, I know that you've been checking out what we're doing and stuff. Something along. You really should ask him. I can't say because he's the brainchild behind it. But what I would probably do, because a lot of people are not comfortable with calling, I think if you said, "Hey, listen, I know that." Well, Chris, when he calls, he says, "I know that you're reading my email," and I guess that startles them. So I guess you could say in an email, you could say, I noticed that you keep checking the email that I sent you. Why don't you let me do this for you? And then there's no risk. If you keep stressing to the people that there's no risk, they're going to do it.
Right. Yeah, like it was promoting a like Facebook fan page into a restaurant, and there was like there's no money involved, right? I said no, not at the beginning. And usually they let you build a little fan page, kind of test out,
Yep.
and once they see the real money, it's like you treating a monkey and give it some free stuff, and they just hook to it,
Yep.
and they can't stop not having you.
Yep.
Because it keep emphasize if you not take it, you're gonna go to your competition, and that's a great selling point as well, and that they're not gonna if they're not gonna take it, your competition's gonna have it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
again, it's striking the egos again.
Yep. Yep. And videos are very ego-driven. Anybody that spent money on getting a video made, it's very ego-driven. So it's
Yep.
really easy to get those people on board. It's super easy.
Yeah, it's like selling a bowling board to the real estate brokers on the big sign on the streets. It's totally ego driven. I don't think is there any way to tracking the conversion rate on that.
Yep.
It's just totally ego driven. Yeah, it's saying back in the video.
So you've been hanging around with me for a while, right? Like I didn't know this. You told me this the other day that you were from the REO kit days when I had the REO kit.
I think it was if I remember it was like even before 2 or 3 years ago. Like I see Anthony Ayers on the REO kit and got those because real estate was crashing and it's pretty much the only thing real estate agent can survive on is doing those BPOs and
REOs.
stuff.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and it's sad because just went to the real estate class and next year the foreclosure is gonna double in my city and it just right now they're just kind of like the FHA just kind of push everything back till next year. And just gonna, I guess it's a holiday. They give you those foreclosure a break or something, and it's gonna even going worse right now.
Is it getting worse?
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Oh,
in my
man.
city, I mean, I'm not even I'm in Lexington, Kentucky, in the middle of the country. It's not like we didn't go up that high as Florida or anything like that, but if you're an investor, it's a great opportunity right now, actually.
To invest in it, it is?
Yeah, it's investing in it, but yeah. But it's pretty sad people losing their houses, all that stuff. But
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I couldn't deal with it anymore. There was too much pain associated for me. I had to get out.
yeah, I know what you mean.
I just couldn't, dude. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore, man. It was like at one point I loved real estate so much, but then I just fell out of love with it. I just couldn't handle it anymore,
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's not all glamorous as they sound, man. It's a lot of work.
And everybody's lying to you. Everybody. The buyers are lying to you. The sellers are lying to you.
Yep.
The banks are lying to you. And your
Yep.
colleagues are lying to you. It's like,
Yep.
Jesus, man. I don't want to deal with this shit, So I had to get out. I had to. I couldn't do it anymore.
It's a tough business.
It's a tough racket. Totally.
It's tough. You got to read a contract, and you didn't sign right, they'll sue you, and you just got to really, just like internet marketing, you got to really look after the best interest of your client, whoever you're representing, and at the end of the day, it will pay off in the long run. So it's the same concept.
Yep.
And then a lot of things like you learn from real estate, you already implement internet marketing, so I can see that already. So all that experience, all that stuff.
Well, like I was really lucky, but my luck didn't happen. My luck didn't happen by like accident. It was like luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
Part of it,
Exactly.
and the other part of it is I dealt with a lot of crap to become lucky. Like you have to go through a lot of crap to become lucky. It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's not like there are no failures. There are only lessons. That's like what I live by, and it's so true. I mean, in real estate, when I got into real estate in 2001, and I was an agent for another person, and so we had to deal with them generating the leads. And then in 2003, I started my first company, and I didn't know anything about how I was going to generate leads, and I couldn't afford the newspaper ads, so I was like, I got to get on the first page of the search engines because I know that that's free, so how do I do that? And I just learned how to do it. And then after I did that, I was like hooked, man. I was like, this is what I really want to be doing. But the real estate company took off, and I couldn't stop.
Yeah, you had to run with it though.
Yeah, man, I did, and I did. I loved it back then, and then like it got to a point. You know what I like? I liked it when I was generating the leads for myself, and I was taking the customers out. But as soon as I got a bunch of agents working for me, it kind of like got like really hairy really quick. And I'm not a good delegator.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible delegator. So
Yes.
I was
People
generating.
think,
Go ahead.
as an employee, people think it's easy being a boss until you become the boss, and you kind of see the other side of where you have to deal with a lot of people, manage them. They have their own pain too, so it's not all glamorous being a boss ordering people. Whether you gotta. I mean, shit's gonna hit the fan. You be the first one there.
Yes,
So,
it's true. It's true.
Yeah. I was born in China. I moved here when I was 13 years old. I didn't speak a word of English,
Uh-huh.
and I don't have a dime to my name. I don't know anybody in this country, and just kind of work my way as hard as I can. I mean, I work in the restaurants, different industry, libraries, and just work my way up here, man. Just like you, and I've been to a lot of stuff in my life. So yeah. But it makes you stronger. It's just like you're not rid of anything.
It does. It gets you ready for the big show, brother. And it's gonna happen. The higher the levels, the higher the devils, and so you need to be ready for that stuff.
Yeah.
You really do. But I'm really grateful. Like, even though all the crazy stuff that's happened to me, like, I'm really grateful for all of it. Like, it's almost like, you know how people say things happen for a reason. When the shit's hitting the fan, at that moment, you don't believe that, But if you look if you look back on your life and certain things that brought you to where you are today, you think about it, it was really not a lot of things. It was like a couple of decisions that you made in your life that brought you to where you are today. And
Right.
if you think about it, but then there are like little things that happened on your journey that were meant to happen to bring you here.
Yeah, because why are you in that miserable situation? And if the higher being or God, whoever you believe in, has a better plan for you, then maybe that's the only way to break you away from that venture before you can get to this new venture. It's gonna bring even more happiness or money to your life. I think that's how it works. I mean, I personally experienced that.
Yep.
And at the stage of you kind of freaking out, things going wrong, and you're gonna feel down. But the one phrase that one of my friends told me when I was down, he said, "It's not your fault that you got yourself down, but it is your responsibility to get back up."
Yep.
And that's a statement I always will remember. And if and where you are today and think back and what happened back then, it was probably the best thing ever happened to you, because or else you'd be chasing miserable things, still falling in that hole that where God having better plans for you, and sometimes you need that kind of break to get you break that paddle, move to the new, bigger and better things.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, a lot of things.
And sometimes it doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
A lot of people.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So a lot of people in worry from they don't take action because they're afraid of a failure. I mean, that's what it is. They have self-doubt because if they never tried the method, they have nobody to blame because they never tried it. And in reality is that if you try, if you got two things that happen, it's going to work out, or it's not going to work out. If it doesn't work out, go to the next one.
There are no failures. There are only lessons.
Exactly.
That's the
exactly.
truth, man.
The secret to success is speed of implementation by Evan Pagan, right? So it's true.
It is true.
How fast you can implement.
It's true, and fail forward fast. Like, the faster you fail,
Yes.
the faster you're going to succeed.
Yeah, I agree.
It's hard to do, man. Like, there are definitely, like, I'll tell you right now, the reason I think this launch has been so successful is because of Tim Atkinson's tutelage. I mean, I consider him an amazing guy. There's a lot of controversy around Tim, and that's good. I think that's good. That's what attracts me to him. I like that about him. I like that he's real deal. And at the end of the day, I know Tim well enough to know that he's an awesome guy. I mean, he really is a good person, and he has good intentions, and he's helped us out on this launch as a gesture, to me, for being a student that's taken action on everything excuse me, on everything that he's ever taught, and that's the greatest compliment you could give a teacher is take action. If you
Right,
are
right.
if you really are getting taught by someone that you really like and you really want them to notice you, just take action on what they're teaching you and let them know that you're taking action on it. You'll get their
Exactly.
attention, you know.
Exactly.
But he
Exactly.
was
So how
able.
did you?
He was
Go
able
ahead.
to. He was able to. Like, for example, I was going to tell you. I'm a little bit long-winded sometimes. Sorry.
Sorry.
You know, he's been amazing in helping me with this launch because, like, most people will launch a WSO and they will kind of just leave it alone after they launch it. But he is like telling me, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to get in front of the camera and pump up your partners, and these are all things I'm not used to doing, and I'm.
You're doing great.
Thanks, man.
You're doing great, man. I've seen all your videos.
Thank you. And
Pop the champagne today.
I
So-
did pop the champagne today. I did, and I'm drinking some still right here. We're almost done with it.
All right.
So I'm a little bit, you know, because I don't normally drink, and but yeah, I mean, he's the one that's been like, hey, you have to do this, and I said, all right, well, I'm Daniel's son, and you're Mr. Miyagi. You say I do. I don't question anything that he says. I just do what he tells me to do, and you know, he's the one that's responsible for me making all these videos that you guys have seen, that are partners and stuff, and it's a big part of it, man. Like, I'd never done that on another WSO, and it's challenging to get up there every day and be like, come on, guys, let's go, let's pump this up, this is what we're doing today.
Yeah.
It's a challenge to do that, you know, and I could probably irritate some people by doing it as much as I'm doing it, and I know that in the back of my mind, but I have to do what the teacher says to do. As hard as it is to do, I still have to do it because that's what he's telling me to do, you know, and he knows better than me. So
I mean, well, after you've been to this lunch and learned this experience, I mean, you'll be more comfortable doing it over and over again, though. I mean, you know.
I will.
Yeah. So.
I've done a lot of launches, but never like this. Like, I was always a launch jacker in the real estate space. I did a lot of launch jacking, but never like, and I've never launched something like this before. You know, where it's got the JV prizes and stuff. This is the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah, like when I first saw it, like when I noticed about your JV page, it was like, wow, this is gonna be a big one. So I gotta get in while I can. So. And it was like just gonna be a big launch on the Warrior Forum. So.
And you've taken some action.
And
you've taken some action on some stuff too, and your stuff looks really good, man.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta. I mean, the Warrior Forum is very tough, man. They got a good people and they got nasty people over there. You gotta have balls
Yeah,
to launch
you
a WSO.
You do, but it's good. It's good, man. It's
People are ruthless, man.
yeah. I've seen what you've put out, and it's good stuff, man. It's. I think what you need to do is just learn from him and keep doing it. You know.
Yeah, yep.
Because
I'm
you're on the
definitely-
right track, brother. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're putting stuff out and you're teaching people, you're going to get so much back in return. Because, I mean, look at my relationship with Chris is because he was a student of mine, and look at
Right.
what's happened. We've launched this huge, successful WSO. All I did was create the intro videos, and I created one module, and he did the rest, you know. And I took
Right.
care of all the front end stuff, which is what I'm good at, you know. But like, if that's what you're good at, you know, I'm sure you've got a student who might
Right.
want to do something with you that's got a good idea. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I got a whole bunch of people keep PM me. I'm sure you get tons of those too. And
yep.
just time, man. Not enough time in the day to kind of
It's hard.
go through everything. And
It's hard because there's a lot more of you guys than there is of us.
yeah,
And,
I know.
But at the end of the day, I want to help as many people as I can possibly do, as much as I can, because every time I do put stuff out, I get it back. I get back so much more in return. And God and the universe knows that time is far more valuable than money. So they know when you can dedicate time to people. I mean, God knows that you're really giving your effort versus like putting money out, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I
You-
mean,
you-
go ahead.
Sorry, man.
No, it's okay. It's a stupid Skype.
You're the one of the hardest. You're the one of the hardest promoter that I ever seen. I promote a lot of WSOs. I mean, you still going, man. So like, it's impressive. It's very impressive what you're doing right now. A lot, like you say, a lot of people just launch, get all pumped out, like, first 2-3 days, and after that they'll just maybe just announce the winner or whatever. there's no continuation of keeping pumping them up. Man, this is just done, but you still going, man. So, and just to my own little lunch, and I know how much stress it is launching a product. It's crazy.
It's not Ferraris and bikinis, I'll tell you that. It's not like what you think it is in the background here.
It's background.
Dude, our house has gone to hell. We haven't done the dishes. There's like a pile of dishes in the sink, and we're like out of everything. We haven't gone to the supermarket. There's just no time. It's like, it's crazy.
Especially when we made a WSO today, it's gonna get more crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. And I'm very grateful for it. It's just, we expected this. We knew that this was going to happen, and it's worth everything that we're going through. I love it.
That's great.
I'm so happy to be doing what I really want to be doing. And dude, the whole time I was doing the REO kit, I love the REO kit. It was my first info product, so I have a special passion for it.
Right.
But the whole time I was doing it, I was miserable because I was still in real estate, and I wanted out, man. And I look back now and I'm like really grateful that I went through all that stuff that I went through in the real estate. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know where the hell I was going with this. I think I've drank too much Dom Perignon today. I'm losing my focus here.
I think you have to learn certain lessons in life before you can go to the next stage. And I think maybe real estate is just one that you have to learn something and then you come this bigger and better here.
Yes. And I think where I was going with
that's
it
what
was,
you're trying to say.
Yeah, I think where I was going with it too, it was also that it's okay. I don't mind dealing with all the craziness that we're dealing with now because I really love this. And it's not that I didn't love what I was doing before. I loved the internet part of what I was doing before. I wasn't too happy teaching real estate anymore because I was just tired of it,
Yeah.
But I love the internet part of it, like the creating and the teaching and all that stuff. But like I really love this part now because I'm like in the internet marketing part, and I'm teaching what I really like to what people really want to hear. Because a lot of realtors didn't want to hear about what I was teaching. Like we got people in with the REO kit, but we tried to teach them like about lead generation, and they didn't want to know anything about that.
Yeah. The market is dying anyway because it's not realtors' fault, but the mortgage they tighten up. There's nothing we can do here. We just sitting duck here, and it's hard to preaching a market that real estate is not making money. Not going to spend the money to buy a product. Just market.
Yeah.
So if you notice, a lot of realtors are now joining the internet marketing, like us. And
really,
yeah, a lot of realtors are, kind of, I mean, I went to my real estate class. Usually it's all full. Now it's only the old school people that's been in the real estate for 30 years or 40 years. All the young people are gone.
Wow.
All the young people, like when the real estate 2 years ago was booming, I mean, you go in there, saw young people, like the moms and everybody in the neighborhood was a realtor. So.
Well, that should tell you, though, that we're in the right place at the right time on the Warrior Forum, bro. And you've got the knowledge to do stuff here. And anybody listening to this does, because you folks have all read enough WSOs that you've got knowledge to do something. Now, what a lot of people think is that they need to, create a WSO about making money. No, you can create a WSO about a resource guide. Like one of my students, William Murray, he created a resource guide on 101 social media tools. And then he created another resource guide on a really good ping list for WordPress. I mean, it doesn't have to be a how to make money thing. A lot of people.
Or you can do interviews like this.
Interviews like this, absolutely. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. It's like it's so funny because I met William in May when I launched Two Breaker. He had interviewed me, and he had a really hard time doing it because it was just on. It was on audio, but it was his first interview, and he was nervous as hell, man. And I tried to help him through it. And by the end, he was really confident. And in the interview, he told me, listen, I really want to launch my first WSO so bad. It took him months to do it. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November is when he launched his first one. And after he launched it, he had success with it. And not. I mean, he sold a couple hundred copies, something like that. Maybe less, maybe like a little bit less. But he did good with it. It was a week later. He was launching the next one. He was
It's
like, "Oh my
addictive.
God, what did I wait so long for to do this?" You know?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
a
yeah.
week later, he was launching his next one. So,
I think it's a fear. It's a fear of failure. Again, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fear of judgment and fear like, what if my first one bump? And the thing about WSO is if the WSO wasn't successful, nobody gonna remember you after 3 days because your thread's gonna be like on the 5th or 10th page. They were interesting somebody else to offer anymore. So start over brand new. It's no big deal. Just move on with it. Learn from it. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can learn a lot by launching your first one like he did. He learned a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can tell from a personal experience, I learn a lot.
He made the mistake of PMing a lot of people about his WSO, and he got banned. He got banned on the day he launched, but they didn't close the thread. It was so funny because this thread was open, and right next to the name it said William Murray banned.
And yeah, that's never
But
good.
it wasn't, and he dealt with it. I think 48 hours later they lifted the ban on him, and he apologized. He said he had no idea, which he didn't. He didn't know that he couldn't do that. I didn't know that you couldn't do that because I get PMs all the time from people asking me to promote their stuff. I didn't know that you couldn't do that. So
Yeah, it's like
you can get banned
it's
for
funny.
doing
Like,
that.
I guess most people just hit a delete button. I guess somebody went to the trouble file a ticket or something.
Yeah, and he got himself in trouble, which is all bad, and that's okay. Like he learned from that.
Yeah, when I first started working for him, I got banned. I didn't know there's something I'm not supposed to do. And he submitted a ticket, explained what it is, so they used to let you back.
Yep.
And then you just kind of follow the rule and started reading the rules and learn from it, move on with it. It's no big deal.
So let me ask you, what are you up to? Are you going to be launching anything? Let's give some people something to value here.
I think that I'm launching a outsourcing course maybe in about a month or so. I'm still preparing for it.
Okay.
I'm not. I think I'm gonna. I don't want to give out a name yet because
Okay.
I'm not 100% on that name yet. So
Okay.
that's how kind of we're working on right now. And
Are you? Do you outsource heavily?
yes. Most of my stuff outsourced because I got 5-8 different jobs. So.
So how do you do that? How do you do 5-8 different jobs and not go crazy?
Well, you got to build that core value. Like most people treat the outsource just like a number, a figure, a robot or machine. But you got to treat, at the end of the screen, just like you and I, we're a real person.
Yep.
You got to get to know their families. You got to get to know what they want in their life, just helping them to achieve that. And then you got to have everybody as a team come up with a core value as a whole company. I mean, you're building business here. A lot of people here just like part-time job or extra earning. You're building a solid business here, and you gotta have the 5-star people working for you. You hire slow, fire fast, and get everybody believe in what you're doing, and not just have the skills do whatever you want to do, but also have that same belief that as you do, and therefore when your company going into a tough time, they're still with you.
Yep.
They're not there just for the money. In other words,
Right.
So
That's awesome, dude.
And a lot of people like outsourcers, they've been cheated by outsourcers. They don't deliver on time, and they don't follow instruction right because they didn't take the time to build a relationship to really learn who they deal with, what their personality is. Are they doing the job they love? A lot of people doing the job because for the money, they're not going to stay there for very, very long. They're going to be miserable. So you got to learn what they really want to do in their life and to put it into the right position. If you can't take a graphic person putting assembly line because, the creative person never liked, a job that's doing over and over again,
Yep.
And people that's not so creative, you can't put them as graphic artists. They like it doing repetitive tasks. So you got to really take your time and learn about them and what they want in life and what they're good at. People are born with different skill sets, so what they love to do. So that's one of the major secrets. I mean, I live on outsourcing pretty much right 90% of my business,
Wow.
and I'm 100% trusting they're gonna get it done.
So you
Because
have
we
8
have this
businesses, or do you
value.
have 8 jobs? Do you have 8 businesses or 8 jobs?
I have about 3 business and 5 different other part-time jobs I'm doing at the side.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I own rentals and sell houses, and it's just about manage your time right. Like, I don't watch TV. I don't do any, silly little things, and I just always, because I love what I do. You gotta love what you do.
Gotta love what you do. Gotta
You
love
gotta
what
be
you do.
passionate what you do. If people ask me what I do, I'm in the business of helping people. It doesn't matter if I'm doing realtor or internet marketing or anything else. I'm in the business to helping people.
You're a
So,
clear Aries, man. What year were you
yeah,
born?
April 9th, 1980.
1980. Wow, I'm April
Yep.
2nd. My sister's April 9th. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wow, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
She's Aries too, then.
Yeah, she's an Aries too, and Heather is an Aries. And
Wow.
both of our dogs are Aries. The dogs were born April 3rd. I was born April 2nd. Heather was born April 13th.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy.
The number 9 always show up in my life.
Dude, the number 13 shows up in our life like crazy.
It's crazy, right?
The number 13, it's insane. Like, our apartment number adds up to 13. Our mailbox number adds up to 13. Heather
Yeah,
was born on the 13th.
There's a message in there.
I think so, man. I think so. It's crazy.
It's weird, man.
It
Everywhere
is.
I go, I see those numbers. I would get 99% on my test, never get 100.
99 is good, though. 99 is good.
It's great.
So you were talking
So-
about core values. That's
All right,
your
man.
secret to outsourcing is like really figuring out what the people that your outsources, what they really want out of their lives, and
Yeah.
and then they work together as a team to
Like,
you all get there.
You gotta let them see how do you, like, a core value, how you're gonna treat your customer, which is great a barter of your business. If you don't take your client, you got no business.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just period.
Yeah.
So let them come out with the idea. Here's like a mission statement. Let them create a mission statement. Once they come out with a mission statement, you guide them through it. And you kind of, you're still the leader. You're going to tell them what I like about your idea, what I don't like about your idea.
Right.
And then you discuss as a team. So once they believe in that mission statement, then, you got this value that hold everybody together, hold everybody accountable. And that's a lot of people who's outsourcing just kind of used to telling people what to do, but they don't have the core value hold everybody together.
Right,
And
right.
you're likely going to be miserable. You spend more time deal with the outsourcer than actually enjoy your life and deal with the other business stuff. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so it's-
I hear you, man.
it's you gotta hire the 5-star people though. You can't hire the people that are just into money. That's never a good idea. I learned that my lesson, and yeah, that's just what it is.
So basically, like, don't focus on people because it's cheaper to use them. Focus on people.
Exactly.
Okay. got
Exactly.
it.
I pay my outsourcer very well. I mean, not just giving bonuses, but just if you find that 5-star player,
Yeah.
you probably almost at the point willing to pay them whatever it takes because of the time they free you to do other things, and you can make that money back a lot of faster. The time they can free you to do the other tasks to relax or other business ventures, and you got somebody that you can trust. I don't think you can measure that with money or anything else.
Well, because what ends up happening if it doesn't work out, they're going to end up costing you more money later.
Yeah, but that's why you hire them slow. You
Yeah.
test crap out of them. I mean, you doing tasks. You ask them to do free stuff. You don't tell them it's a test. Then you see the attitude because you can't change your people. Everybody was born with sets of value.
Yeah.
And if a person just lazy, you cannot turn that lazy people into somebody that's a 5-star player. You want somebody who's born with the energy, want to treat people right, and want to be the star player. You want to only deal with those people because you have one bad apple, your whole team's going down.
It's true. It's true, my man. It's true.
In real life or in internet marketing, you got one bad apple, you're gone.
Yeah.
you got to start finger pointing at each other and who did this, who did it's a whole bunch of crap going on. So you really had to. It's like a harmony. You got to find a very very a good team that love each other and carry each other like a family.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Heather's skill is. She's really good at the outsourcing. She kind of does all that in the business. I'm terrible at it. I don't have patience for it. I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
it takes me faster. I can get it done faster than it takes for me to
Yeah.
explain it. But then I always end up getting myself into trouble with doing all this stuff that I shouldn't be doing, you know?
Yeah, you have to take time to train them,
You're
get
right.
to know them,
Yeah.
but
It ends up paying
but
off,
once
though. It ends up paying off.
yeah, a lot of people don't have the patience to do that. That's just the downfall. It's their own fault, kind of like, if you don't spend the time to train, nobody can read your mind. I mean, I have people like say, well, why can't they read my mind? Well, because they can.
Right.
You give them assignment, you want to be as detailed as possible, and a lot of the Asian people, just being an Asian, I know this, they're afraid to do a little stuff wrong to piss off their boss, risking losing the job, than actually try something new to solve the problem independently. They're just the way they're being brought up. So and I encourage them to make mistakes. I say, well, you have all the rights to make mistakes, as much as mistakes, as long as you learn from it. I will not fire you. I will not, turn this against you. So go free to solve your problems. Because my solution might not be better as you are, because you're the one doing this task day in and day out. So I say, in my company, there's no faults. I mean, you make mistakes, as long as you learn from it, we'll move on with it.
Pretty cool, dude.
We both learn and go on from it. And they love you for it, trust me. They'll love you for it. They'll stick with you for a long time. Because like, if you were working for somebody, and you gotta have to think of it that way. I mean, you didn't like your boss was yelling at you when you did something wrong. So you gotta, now you're on the other side of the spectrum. You gotta treat the people right, then they're gonna love you for it. Because they might be working for other bosses as well at the same time. They're gonna kind of do comparison there. So I think that's how you keep them out with you for a long time too.
Got it.
So
got it. Those are all good tips, man.
Yep. So if you're outsourcing, you gotta learn your outsourcer, and definitely the skill sets they need to get the job done, but also learn the personalities and what the core value is. Hire somebody that has family. It's very important.
Very important, dude. Awesome tips, man. Awesome tips. Yep. Anything you want to grill me on?
So what is your next big thing? You got anything big thing coming up?
After this, I want to chill out. I want to chill out for a little bit. I want to definitely get back on Google. I wanted to spend most of February getting back on Google because I'm really, really good at PPC, and I've taken a break from it for about a year, but I think it's time for me to come back and start kicking some ass again with it.
Cool.
So I want to do that, but Chris has already got something planned for March. He's already working on something else that.
Oh, Chris got another product.
Yeah. He wants to do another one that we're gonna do in March, and it's gonna be called Massive Passive Domains. And I'm not good at this, to be honest with you. I've never really done it. I've never done the whole age domain name thing, but he's a master at it, and so he's gonna show us how he gets these amazing domains and immediately turns them into money-making websites like that. And so he's doing a case study, and then he's going to do one with me so that I do one too. And then we're going to sell the case studies, and we develop some crazy software that goes along with it as the upsell for that. But we're going to do it so that you can do it without the software, and then the software will be like what saves you time if you want to do more of them. And that's the next big one that we're working on.
And tell me about Chris. Like, is he just like SEO guy, or how did he got into it?
Chris, you saw his video, right? His transformation video.
Yeah, transformation. Yeah, I got that one.
So he won that money in that contest. He won $50,000.
Oh.
And he took that money, and he was in a bad spot financially. He took care of everything that he had to take care of. And then he had he only had a little bit of money left. I'm drinking some lemon tea because of my throat. I've been going all day. And what he did was he went to the Mike Koning's event that was a while ago. I think it was like Video Firestorm or something like that was the product. It was a while ago. It was a product on how to do local marketing.
Is that Ross Ruffino?
Maybe it's not Video Firestorm. That one's Russ Ruffino, but there was one that was.
Ross.
There was one that was with Konings where it was like he had Fireman Joe. I don't know if you remember that. The guy was a fireman and he was making money with videos.
I don't quite remember that.
It was a while ago. It was like 3 years ago, and he went to that event and he just did what Mike told him to do, and he figured out a easier way, because the way that Mike taught it was you were actually making the videos for the people, and Chris is like, this is crazy, man. I'm not going to be able to get all this done, and he was like working really hard, and he just figured out a way to kind of do this whole thing over. So his thing is really SEO, because he crushes it on launches. He loves doing the big launches. And he's got a heck of a setup, man. He really is into SEO. That's really what his thing is. And he's like super good at it, dude. He's really good at it.
Good. So for this the massive passive video, how long he's been doing it?
I believe for about a year and a half. He's been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And then he got to Branker. He was one of my students, and he learned a couple more things in there that he didn't know how to do, and he applied those things. But then, like, he bought my stuff in May of 2011, but we didn't really connect. I think it was until August. He had one. I picked him out of the hat, like I told you.
Right.
And he told me what he was doing, and I was like, wow, dude. That's amazing. I couldn't believe it. I'd never...
Yeah, I went to the course and it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, it's the only word can describe that. Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. And so
how do you figure that out?
I was like, dude, we got to create it.
It's definitely somebody did it. I mean, you can't rehash that crap.
No.
No, that's definitely somebody did it for a long time and know exactly what he's doing. So, yeah, I mean, I again, like, people, a lot of coaches really need to take action, and I'm sure they're going to see a lot of, you're going to have a lot of successful story coming out later on, maybe in about a month or 2 weeks or so.
Yes. We're going to close it down either Friday or Monday coming up. We're not sure yet. And then we're going to focus on everybody that's in there. We have a forum in there. I'm supposed to go in there tonight, and I haven't even gone in there yet. I need to go in there. We have a forum, and we need to build the forum up. We want to kind of work on that for like a couple weeks and get everybody situated and doing really well and create more case studies. And then I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to, start charging more and start doing webinars with it, because we could charge way more money for it than what we're
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So that's kind of what we're going to do with it.
So what's the best way to, if like anybody bought this, what's the best way to ask questions to Chris and to you? Just support ticket?
Or if they bought it, go in the forum. There's a forum in the members area. Yeah, because I'm gonna start hitting it hard this week. I have to. Like, we gotta wind down the launch, because I can't keep doing this. I can't. It's not feasible.
Keep drinking, man. I'll send you a bottle of sake.
Right. It's not physically feasible. So I'm gonna spend, I'm hoping it winds down, and then the goal is to spend the next few days in the forum and getting everybody up to date. So yeah, the forum is the best place. But if they've got a password issue or something, just hit support at Massive Passive Videos. We really do. We've got 4 people working the tickets. I'm not kidding you. We have 4 people. And right now we're all caught up. This morning we had 83 tickets, and right now we're all caught up. We don't have any tickets now. So we're working through them, man. I mean, you put that many people through the door, it's in a short amount of time, stuff's going to happen.
Yep.
And we're not like this huge, big conglomerate. It's me, Heather. I've got 2 support people, and Chris has got 2 support people. And Chris has been working the thread like a madman, 10-hour days. Crazy.
Wow. Mm-hmm. He needs a break after this one, too.
He does. I told him we need to take a chill after this one. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, actually.
But it's worth it, I love doing it, man. I love this so much. It's a dream come true, being here teaching people internet marketing. People that want to listen to what you're teaching too,
Yeah. The internet marketing people are very exciting people. They're students and teachers at the same time.
Yep.
Alrighty, man. You look tired. I'll let you go, man.
I am, dude. I'm exhausted. We did good though. We did good.
Yeah.
It's been a long day, and I've been drinking, and I don't drink normally, so it's been a long day, and I've been
You
pumping.
need a drink, man.
I've been pumping up a lot of people, so no, I need somebody to pump me up. You know.
You gotta have to pump you up.
You know, it's so funny. You know, we all dream of stuff like what's happening to me. I've dreamt. This is my biggest one ever. I mean, I've dreamt of this day for a long time, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna shoot for having $1 million one. That's the goal, right?
Right.
And it's so funny when this happens. It's like amazing the adrenaline that like how the adrenaline gets you through. It's crazy, dude. Like,
Yeah, you probably have much sleep lately, haven't you?
Nope.
I know, man. I know how you feel. I have much sleep when I launch mine. People need to understand that it's a lot of work.
It is.
A lot of work.
It is.
Crazy.
And you know, it's so funny because it's not about the money, because I do really well with my other stuff. Like, we have a hosting business. We have like a whole bunch of affiliate sites. We do okay with our other stuff too. So it's like something keeps drawing me to want to teach people, and something keeps drawing
Maybe
me.
that's what you're born here to do, you know?
Yeah.
So you teach. I think it was the Irish does. I mean, we all here to teach under the sign, I think.
You become better at what you're doing when you're teaching.
Yeah, you don't really learn until you teach somebody something.
It's true, man.
Yeah, it is. Because like, if you understand it, then you can't explain to people that you haven't really learned it.
Yep. And you don't want to look like an ass in front of your students, so you like make sure that you know your shit before you get in front of your students. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So.
Yep.
That's a really good tip for anybody listening to this. If you really want to get good at something, start teaching it.
Yep.
You'll force yourself to learn it.
Just a little stuff.
Yeah, and you can start teaching people in Skype groups. You can start teaching. You can hold little events in your local market. Go to meetup.com and find people interested in internet marketing and start holding little events and start teaching people.
And it doesn't have to be like a big stuff, just little stuff. Maybe you learn Facebook fan page how to build one. Just, Camtasia, Jim, teach you 5 or 10 different lessons. Put on your blog or something. You know, you sooner or later people start like commenting, "Oh, I love it. Thank you for producing this." You know, that's how you do it. It's how you get comfortable in front of the cam too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just baby steps.
Dude, I sucked in
Baby
front
steps,
of the camera.
and you come better and better.
I sucked in front of the camera when I first started. I was terrible. I was so scared. I used to look at the camera and be like, I used to start choking, like, oh my God, these people, what are they going to think of me? But no one has seen the video yet, you know? So relax. You just get better at it the more you practice, you know?
Yeah.
One of them things, man.
Like, when I was first DJ, being an Asian, I was born kind of shy and all that stuff, and I was scared kind of shitless, but, now going on, it's like, just like a normal thing. I'm not afraid anymore. Just taking baby step, one day at a time.
Yeah.
And the more you do with it, you're more comfortable with it. And for those who's listening, you need to get on the cam.
Yeah.
Because that will increase your conversion, whatever you're trying to promote or sell.
Yeah.
Even just like, if you're not comfortable with showing your faces, just do a walkthrough of the product. Just do a simple presentation like PowerPoints. You need to get on the cam. People like to listen to a real person talking.
Yeah.
People are tired of reading the stupid emails.
Yeah.
They want it. At the end of the day, they want to connect with the human beings, one-on-one level. Just relationship. That's how you build a fast relationship.
You just reminded me. I got to shoot a video for all my customers this week. I haven't done that. I need to do that. Shoot a video for everybody, thanking everybody, and do something crazy. I need to do that for my customers too, for sure. Because it's important to do that. People love it when I do that shit.
Yeah, it is. It is. Like the another tip for your list or my list or whoever's listening here is I used like a couple of months ago the iCoon, the Martin guy came up with that pop-up screen that you can embed a YouTube video. That's what I do. Like when I send people the bonuses, I always recording a special thank you messages. Thank you for purchasing to my affiliate link, and
that's awesome.
And the bonus page loading behind the screen, and it's personal. So nobody does that.
Nobody does that. Nope.
It's personal. It's right popping in the face like I'm right there talking to them like a friend.
Yep.
So, they're going to keep buying from you. So you just got to think a way to using software or whoever technologies to develop that relationship. I think you and I know this because we've been selling real estate. We've been selling all our life. We know kind of how to build relationship.
Yes.
Now it's just in different formats.
Yes,
You gotta
different
think about
modality.
it.
Yep.
Yeah. And when you buy WSO, don't follow like the step by step by the tip. You gotta sit back and think about it. Come up with your own thing.
Yep.
Okay, I already know about this technique. I already know about this. Okay, now I'm learning this new technique. How do I integrate together? Or if I have this software already, how do I integrate together and make it even better? Come up with your own stuff and then go out there and do it.
Yep.
And just take action, and things will come. So
yeah, if you put something out, you're going to get something back. It may not
Exactly.
be what you expected, but it's okay. You can learn from it.
yeah, just move on.
Yep.
Yep.
On that note, brother, I'm going to sign out. I
All
got
right.
another one I got to do here, and I really appreciate you. I really do, man. And I look forward to meeting you. Are you going to the Warrior Live event out of curiosity?
Yeah, I'm definitely going. I already booked my hotel and
Sweet.
all that stuff. Yep.
Sweet, man. I'm going to see you there, bro.
See you, man. I heard you're a funny guy.
I don't know. That's what they say. Heather, my funny guy.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
They say, yep.
Let's put it this way. What you guys see on camera is only a small part of how I really am. I have no filter, except on camera I have a little bit of a filter. But I really am kind of nuts, man. I mean, I want to get a little bit more crazy here on the camera, so I'm starting to push the envelope because I am really nuts. Like, if you were to come out and party with me, you would see how crazy we are. We're like, I start high-fiving people at night and just all kinds of crazy stuff, man. You know?
I'm the same.
Yeah, so hopefully someday I'm sure it's not that I'm not comfortable. I just don't want to scare people. I'm like I'm gonna go slow and see what I can do. And then you know, I think it's because in the real estate crowd I had to be even more careful with what I said. Like if I had said the word hell in an email, people would write me back and say, you can't say that word, that's a bad word. You know.
Yeah. No,
So like, and that's just a different crowd, you know. The internet marketing crowd is a little bit more loose, and so I'm hoping that I can really start to. I already am myself. I hold back a little bit because I'm a little bit worried about how crazy people will perceive me. But as time goes on, I'll get more and more comfortable with being myself even more, you know.
Yeah, I think that's another reason. Like everybody who's marketing need to get on the cam. It only costs $34.
Yep.
A very high definition with quality cam, and they can see who you are, what your personality is, and nobody want to deal with a robot or somebody hiding behind an email. Nobody want to do that. I want to buy a product from somebody I don't know, right? So you know, if you have bad hair day, show it. You show the good, bad, and sad, or whatever you want to show it.
Yep.
Because that's how we build that human. You're human at the end of the day, you know. You got families and you got girlfriends, and you know.
I'll tell you what, it's working. It's working for me. The more I do it, the more people seem to dig what I do. So. Yeah.
They say, hey, Anthony, he's just like me, and then he's the real thing.
Yeah.
I specifically that people once they get on the cam, people just say, I can see you really care about me, what I do. So and it shows. You can write that. As long as the email you want how much you care, it doesn't even count like 2 seconds. You really get on the cam how appreciated you are for your customers, all that stuff. You really that's pretty much the only way you can do it on the internet, next to you being physically there to thank them. So I just another thing that people like deal things like Darren Monroe said that too. He was a big fan of getting on the cam and just be himself, you know,
Yep.
the customs and he does all that, you know, it works.
It does
works.
work. It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. All right, man. You're tired. You got next
I
thing
am.
to do.
I got one more to go. All right, hold on though. Wait a second. Thanks, folks, for being here and listening to us rant. It was awesome. I hope you get something good out of this.
All right, thanks, guys.
Here's for prosperity. Hold on, Hen.